Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 6th episode of Bokutachi wa Benkyou ga Dekinai. Now, last episode, we had our school trip thing, although it still involved studying, so it was pretty much not a very fun school trip at all for a lot of them. However, it was an exciting school trip for some of them, like our protagonist Naruyuki. He, he had a fun time, mostly because of Ogata. She got lost and he had to find her, and he got her and got him in trouble, and then had to clean the bathroom, and then she didn't put the sign where she needed to put the sign, so girls started coming in, and he had to hide under the bench in the sauna, and then he got sweated on by the girls that came in there, and it was an interesting adventure for Naruyuki. It's kind of the point there. So a pretty memorable experience for him, at the very least. Maybe for most people it was a pretty run-of-the-mill trip, but not for Naruyuki. Kind of the power of being a protagonist in anime, really. But anyway. The point is, the way things ended off, we got a kiss between them, and that was brought up by everyone's favorite pink-haired teacher. What was her name? Is it on here? Yeah, I don't think so. Actually, I'm not sure. Anyway, the point is, pink-haired teachers, but I'll call her regardless. Anyway, she apparently knows about the kiss somehow. She didn't really elaborate on that. I, of course, have my guesses. I think the only real possible explanations for that are either A, she was around there somehow because she was also looking for Ogata and just happened to see it. That's option A. Option B, she's close to Ogata in some way, like a family member or a friend of her family's, and she's comfortable enough with her to talk to her about these things. I mean, it's one of those two. I don't know what it could be besides those two, honestly. Unless, somebody that Ogata said gossiped it to her. I guess that's also possible, but I don't know. I doubt that one. Anyway, that's where we kind of left off, Naruyuki was kind of confronted about that. So I guess we'll see what he does about that, if we continue that off. If we continue that in this one, which we might, or we might leave it for later, who knows. Let's get into it and find out. So, 3, 2, 1, play. Yes, doing his best to get some. Not a very cool way to react to that. Yes? I don't see how that's a problem. You can tap that and still get her educated. Those aren't mutually exclusive. Just saying. In fact, Naruyuki's pretty good at, helping people study using things that they like and have fun with. Case in point, Uruka and swimming. So, I mean, you can kind of see where I'm going with that. But, anyway. Still probably not a good thing that she knows about this. I can't help but notice that our pink-haired teacher in the opening, as she's driving the car, she looks out the window towards the camera. That's not very responsible. You should really keep your eyes on the road when you're driving. Don't just look at me. I mean, you are a responsible teacher, right? So you should know that. You serious cold teacher, you. That was the opening. It was an accident. That's true. I mean, I get where she's coming from, but it was an accident. Yeah, those are some important things to listen to. See if we can piece pieces together from that. So yeah, by the sound of it, she didn't see it. So, I guess it leaves option B. Yeah, Thank you for standing up for him. I'm sure he appreciates it. Oh. That's not what... Oh god, that's not what she was talking about. Don't bring that up in front of her. Oh wow. Come on, just stop Funashi. That look on her face. I think that's the most emotion I've ever seen on her face. Oh wow. Well, she made things worse. Well, can I leave now? Oh, great. How are you gonna make it worse, Sogata? Uh, he's done nothing wrong. How do you explain knowing about it? Well, oh my god. I knew you would make it worse too. Well, I guess we'll take our firing now. Oh, how did it? You get a turn too. Oh no. Oh no. Must must you people continue to help? Yeah, I think it's over now. I don't know where we can go any lower from here. Anybody else want to chime in? Uh, just the look on her face is great. But it seems like Oga didn't tell her either, with the way that went. Okay, I'm glad we took this in a somewhat positive way. That's good. Yes, a lot of lewd accidents. I still want to know how you know about that. Since both my theories are basically thrown out the window, I want to know how you know. I'd say they're pretty happy right now, so I think that's what matters most. Well then. That's why you're so emotionally detached now. I guess that explains that. Well, he's an anime protagonist. He may be able to pull something with you. Like some hand-holding, for instance. Uh, no ring on the finger? You don't have much proof of that, but I guess you could take it like that. Oh, so... Yeah, she was looking for her, okay. So she did see the incident, she just, I guess, didn't realize it was an accident? Or didn't care? uh, okay, actually being a little bit cute now. You say that, but... How about you not do that? Yeah, let's just leave this office now. Of course they didn't leave. After they made things worse, they had to keep watch on it. You all did. No thanks to you guys. Okay. I guess she is deep down. Under that wall of coldness she puts up. Is he getting called into another office already? Wow, near 50%. It's almost passing. I'll do my best with those illicit actions. Thing is going well for him. Why wouldn't he smile? Something to be happy about. But, you know, that just means things will go downhill soon. Why bring this up? Why do you call him Nari-chan? That's kind of weird. Because he's their tutor. Can't just date one of them, because things would be awkward as the group dynamic. Well, I mean, I may have happened. Just yell this in class, why don't you? So working on that English, I see. That is a nod. That's not a nod, it's a head pat. Yes, I'm sure you will do exactly everything in that little mental image of yours. I might want to get out of the way before he runs you over. Well, you just passed one. Could have asked her. She probably would have said no, but still could have asked. I like it. Skidis, of course, this is a... Yes, I like it. Hype, Skidis. These sort of, like, English lessons in anime is always so awkward, you know, to translate. Yeah, how would you answer, you know, such questions? Wow, that actually wasn't bad English. I mean, you yelled in the middle of class, so word's gonna spread. He's not saying no. Oh, uh... I don't think you're as happy about this as you're trying to let on. Yeah. I mean, she is a baka, we already established that. You know, in your pursuit of whichever one you choose out of the harem. Aww. Oh, that's so sad. No, he doesn't. Getting kind of ahead of ourselves with these assumptions. I mean, I can't really disagree too much with that. She doesn't yet know about the accidental kiss, though. I think she's about to, though. A friend, right? We're going down this path. Maybe to a point, so not actually a girlfriend. Yeah, do I know him? Yeah. Handsome is a strong word. Occasionally pins her down, yeah. Furuhashi. Yeah. Yeah, she figured that out. You know, Utica, if you give this many details, it kind of defeats the purpose of the friend thing. I mean, Furuhashi's not that stupid. She's gonna figure this out. I mean, she already has. Yeah, I don't know who that person is yet. Yeah, it's a big, important distinction. Yeah, tell your friend this. Man, oh. Wow. Yeah. You know, just some love expressions. You know, then the girl that actually did kiss him shows up. Uh... Yeah, he was. That was kind of weird. What? Wait, what? What? Okay, that's what's happening. I was confused. At first I thought they were talking about Uruka because they've known each other a while, but no. Oh. I don't believe you. You're a malfunctioning robot all of a sudden, which is not good. Water and robots don't mix, swimming club girl. Ow. Well, a lot's wrong, honestly. I don't believe you either. Now you got dirty books. I wonder. Well, please stop dropping it. I'll pick it up for you if you can't do it. Just stop getting them dirty, please. But Fudashi may be picking up on something there. Can't even look at him. Okay. You don't seem that happy. And she's a baka. She's been distracted by what her friend's kissing problems. Ow. I know English is not an easy language, but try harder. Wow. Okay. Uh, we're... This is getting out of hand. Maybe Sensei was right. Maybe this kissing business has ruined things. Wow, that was really cool visual for her putting the puzzle pieces together in her head. I like that a lot. I don't know. And aren't you a hair member too? Would that be nobody? Yeah, we probably should have a chat about current events. Clearly he needs to kiss them all to work this out. Not like I've talked to them about it or anything. Yeah, one of them came and looked you in the eye. You've gotten yourself in a bit of a mess yourself, Fudahashi. Not as bad as Yuiga, but... Can't root for all the teams. Woman's heart, the most complicated math problem. Really is a nice pool. Ooh. Got my screenshot button ready. Yeah. I mean, sure, but... Man, she is just gorgeous. Oh man, okay, you have it going on as well, so don't get me wrong. Anyway, what were they saying? I was distracted. Yes, they are. Especially Buruka. Well, one in particular, since you had, you know, that they are. Well, they like you, so... Ooh. Okay. Hello, Uruka. Looking good? Looking very good. Oh god. I understand, but it's appreciated. I'll get definitely appreciated. Whew. It got me. It got me in full Doki Doki mode, so should work on him. I'm not sure you could clear your mind in the situation. I mean, he's technically seen more of her than this, but you know, blurrily. Getting close. Yeah. I feel like we're having a bit of a conflict of goals here between these two. One wants to get closer, one wants to get further away. And this is what we ended up with. Well said. Wow, I think Baka couple is more like it. Yeah, I can't walk upstairs. You think I'm some kind of athlete? Like you? Well, we found some common ground. Got up their stairs somehow. You're supposed to say, please let things go smoothly with my harem. That's what you're supposed to say. Don't hurt yourself there, Urika. Okay. Yeah, we saw the clouds earlier. I was kind of waiting for something to come from that. Now we finally got some rain. Makes sense. Now we have an excuse to be alone together for a while and have a nice chat. So we're kind of stuck here. I wouldn't mind seeing her go on that rain, to be honest. A little bit tired there. She was. I don't think that was about the entrance exam. Oh yeah, that thing. Maybe I should care about that too. Did she really say that out loud? That's some really, like, that water is really coming down off that roof. Whew. I can't believe he's known her since middle school and still hasn't done anything with that. I mean, just look at that. Very much true, just good God. Well then, that just makes it better. I wonder who. It looks a little bit weird with a tan line, but still good. Okay, so this is all deliberate. Yes, so always giving the best advice. It's okay, it works better that way. Where is he reaching for? The head, of course. The head pat technique. Not where I would first target. Yo! Whoa, really? No, there's no way. It must be a dog or something. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way he would do this. It's gotta be a stray dog that showed up. But wow, would that be something if he was willing to go that far? Be a very different show if he was that kind of antagonist, but... And, there we go. Oh, a cat. That works too. Oh, multiple cats. Wow, they must have really been going to town on licking her. He's not even over there anymore. Well then, that would be a bit awkward. Oh, that's just not that's not true at all. You're great, Suraka. Just you're great. Mesmerizing, one might even say. I mean, one purple-headed friend I would say is more attractive, but you have a better personality, so, or at least a personality more relevant to my interests. So, well then, didn't push her away or move away this time. I obviously you really can't blame him. It's to be expected. I've been looking every chance I got. Don't worry. Well, good news then. Oh, Ruka. Yeah, I still think Uruka's my favorite of the girls. I like Furuhashi a lot as well, but I think yeah, Uruka right now is firmly my favorite. I know she's too pure for some people, but not for me. Just yeah, she's really great. She did not get a kiss from him, of course, but I'd still say we made some progress in that relationship. The episode actually went by oddly quickly. Not like quickly as in that only felt like 5 minutes, but quickly as in it ended before before I could wonder how much time was left, if that makes sense. was a good episode. Hmm. Oh, Stinger. Yes, she knows what's up. Well, she's a very emotionally driven person. I mean, oh, okay. Uh, yeah, that was the 6th episode of Bokutachi wa Benkyou ga Dekinai, and this episode. So yeah, we were in I remember her name, Kirisu? I should just call her pink hair teacher still. Anyway, pink hair teacher was talking to Nariyuki in her office since, last episode. And basically, yeah, was talking about the kiss thing, and thinks that that's not okay, that, you should very much have a barrier between student and teacher here, where there's no romantic or lewd activities between them. You should just focus on teaching. I think that's kind of what she was getting at there. So not a big fan of the kiss, clearly. So it was still, at this point I was still wondering how she even knew about that. And it turns out that it was option A. She was looking for her as well, and she saw them basically. However, I was a little bit confused because she when he tried to explain the situation to her, she like didn't believe him or whatever, or didn't believe it was an accident. So because of that, I thought that was not what happened, but I guess she saw it and yet didn't really fully understand that it was an accident. In spite of that, I guess I don't know, that confused me a little bit, and I thought it was quite clearly an accident if you saw it, but I don't know, I may have misread something. Who knows? But the point is, we now know how she knows, so that's cool. And this scene, Nariyuki was doing his best to stand his ground, but things in this scene took a bit of a turn when, one by one, all the other girls just show up to explain all the lewd things that he's done to them and how there's nothing wrong with that, basically, is what it came down to. That was funny because people were eavesdropping. Furuhashi thought that what they were talking about was the stuff with her, the library belly incident, which was a great scene, by the way, or the when he went over to her house and walked in on her, in her underwear or whatever, where when she was sick and Utica was, washing her down or whatever, she was listing off things like that in front of this teacher, and just a look on the teacher's face when during that part where she's like, "Okay, you can leave now." That was really funny. That was great, just because we haven't got much emotion from this character, and we kind of got a little bit of an explanation why later in a bit. Or maybe it was before that, I don't know. I'm not sure about the timeline, but the point is, yeah, that was a great look at her face. And then you had Ogata show up next to talk about the lewd things he's done with her, the whole girls' bath thing and all that. And then she's like, "Okay, you can leave now too." And Utica shows up, like, "Hey, yeah, I know you like pinned me down or whatever, but it's all cool." And then she leaves too, and just like, I should have seen the third one coming, but I didn't. I didn't. So they just kept coming over and over again, and it was really funny. But just for me, kind of the you know them doing that really screwed him over, and for me that kind of overlapped the comedy of it a little bit. Like I was more focused on, "Wow, girls, really, you're really making this hard for him," than actually laughing at it. But it was really funny though. Just I'm just saying that because I didn't laugh quite as hard as I probably should have in that scene, so that's kind of why, it was just kind of painful because I'm just like, "No, stop it, you're making it worse. You're not helping. I know you're trying to help, but you're not." That's kind of what my thought pattern was during that scene. But yeah, it was great nonetheless, especially since they were so embarrassed, and yet they were saying this stuff in spite of that, in an attempt to help. It was just a great scene overall from an entertainment standpoint, just not so much him standpoint. Although it did inadvertently, is that the word for it, help him because it showed her how much they like value him as a tutor, and that does have to count for something. That's kind of what that was about. And we actually did get a little bit of insight into her character. She apparently feels so strongly about this subject because I guess she was in a similar circumstances. I guess she wanted a teacher to stop her from pursuing something that she would regret and all that, and as a result is not a big fan of letting emotions guide your decision making, which would make sense because has always come across as a very emotionally detached person. So that's cool. That gives us a lot of insight into her character. And you know, of course, we've seen that general idea of a parent, or usually a parent, but in this case, a teacher, trying to get their child to do something differently than they did themselves. Like, you know, if for just as an example, if a parent wanted to be an actress when she was in her early 20s and eventually realized that was stupid and got a real job, and then her daughter wants to be an actress, she's like, I know you want to do this, I know it's your dream, but stop, you're going to regret it. Like, no, mom, you can't tell me what to do. I'm going to pursue my dream, you know. It's that sort of situation a little bit. So, you know, I get it, but you know, there's really no right answer to this sort of situation. It's just a matter of perspective. You know, just because things didn't work out for her doesn't mean they wouldn't for someone else. So, you know, it's always up in the air how you should treat something like this, but that's just the situation. You know, I don't really have too strong of an opinion on it. I do think she really has come across as, you know, uh, uh, she did not make a good first impression with me the way she handled the situation. But now that we know a little bit more about, now that I have a little bit more context in to what she has said, it makes more sense, and I don't have as much of a negative feeling towards her as a result. But you know, doesn't mean I necessarily agree with her. It just means I'm no longer like, you know, have anything against her, if that makes sense at all. But yeah, basically with this little bit of information on this character, they have kind of begun to make this character somewhat. She's now taking the first step on the path to being likable, I guess is what you could say. Because she was a little bit cute, you know, near the end there, in a couple bits. So you know, we're definitely starting that. Yeah, starting to really develop her as a character. I don't know if we'll continue to do that anytime soon, but we've started onto the path of it. We don't have to continue that path right now, but we're on the path. That's what matters. But yeah, the kiss thing, that wasn't the only instance of having to discuss this. Because, you know, one of Nariyuki's friends says, hey, you know, you got all these beautiful girls that you're tutoring, so you tap any of that? And he says, what? No, don't be silly. I would never do that. You know, and he says something about kissing, and then, you know, he's like, what? No, that I sure I did, but it was an accident. And then the friend had a reaction that involved running to the hallway, being like, God, I can't believe he kissed a girl and that I haven't, and that's not fair. He's a dirty traitor. I hate you. I hate life. I want to kiss a girl too. And just ran to the hallway screaming that because that's a smart thing to do at your high school, I guess. But that resulted in a lot of people finding out about this, a lot of rumors spreading, a snowball effect. The rumors got out of control on that front. But also, Uruka heard about this, so she now wants answers. You know, she kind of jumped to conclusions and interpreted that as, hey, he's got a girlfriend, I'm too late, he's already been stolen from me. What do I do? I'm so sad. But that's not quite the case. It was an accident, but I guess that part of the story never really got into the friends rant, you know, so people just don't really understand that. And I guess without that little bit of information, you would usually just assume it was a girlfriend situation. So, and yeah, she is still working on her English, which is nice. You know, English is a very hard language. I'm so glad I learned it as a native language because I'm pretty sure I could not learn it as a second language. English is just a nightmare. It just breaks its rules so often, and just yeah, not a great language to learn. I mean, it's a great language to learn in terms of usefulness. Like it's one of the most widely spoken languages, if not the most widely spoken. So definitely worth learning, but it's not easy to learn at all, from what I've heard. So you know, it is what it is. But she is still working on that. We had a nice little conversation between Uruka and Furuhashi where Uruka seems like she could trick her into thinking that she's talking about a friend, which is a very, very typical thing for this scenario. So I got this friend that's in the situation that I'm actually in. What advice would you give to my friend, you know? But Furuhashi is not stupid. She's like, you're totally talking about yourself and Nariyuki, aren't you? Okay, I'll let that go. I'll go along with this, but just seriously, Uruka, I'm not a baka. I get what's happening here. But in the end, that scene worked out fine. You know, we got some hugging and some love confession from Uruka to her. So that was nice. That was nice. Of course, at this point, neither of them knew Ogata was the one that kissed him, but Furuhashi eventually figured that out. She like put the puzzle pieces together in her head, and I love the visual for that. That was really cool. And then yeah, scores went down. The three of them were getting into this big old fight. What'd you call it? Question mark in the hallway. It was all getting pretty crazy. But you know, we gotta get our head back in the game. This kiss has really ruined a lot of things. Anyway, the friends helped Uruka get on board, get back on the trying to seduce Nariyuki, and a couple buttons undone, the skirts shorter, and yeah, that worked. That worked some magic for sure. And yeah, I think that think I did pretty good. God, I'm looking at that now, and that really, yeah, I could imagine that being very effective in the Doki Doki category. I think it was. So yeah. And this happened like right before Naruyuki was like, hey, maybe I should have my distance between them. And then that's when Uruka shows up looking like this, trying to get closer. So that was pretty awkward timing for everyone involved. But yeah, they went to a shrine for academic and romantic praying. Rain got them trapped there for a while. Uruka was still on this pathway of seducing him, you know, laid there in that vulnerable, defenseless state with her eyes closed, looking pretty good if I do say so myself. Hoping that Naruyuki would make a move, but since Naruyuki is a fairly typical harem anime protagonist, definitely not the worst I've ever seen, but still, for the most part, typical, you know. Not as dense as some, but, you know, he's not going to be like, he's not going to, you know, pursue that in that situation. He's not going to do that. So, yeah, I was a little bit surprised when I started to suddenly see things like a head pat. I was a little bit surprised when I saw the head pat. I was like, oh, well, I guess that's reasonable that he would do that. A little bit surprised, but that's within the realm of possibility. But then I saw a tongue come out of the mouth, and she's like, wow, you're licking me. And then I was like, not even for a second did I buy that. Just, if you know Naruyuki at all, you know he would not just start licking a girl laying down next to him. I mean, there is no explanation for that. So there was obviously a misunderstanding of some capacity, and a dog licking her was the most likely to me. But it wasn't a dog; it was a cat, and it was multiple cats. So, you know, Naruyuki would have been getting all over that body with that tongue, which would have been interesting for sure. So yeah, I don't know. Just I hope nobody was fooled by that, because there's just no way he would ever just start lapping that up with his tongue. It just, no. I mean, I would, but Naruyuki wouldn't. And yeah, after all that was finished, you know, they left the shrine and they actually started getting pretty, you know, physically close to each other, and lots of blushing from her and smiling, and it was great. Really cute stuff from her. Uruka's pretty great. So I don't know why he wouldn't just pursue that, you know. Like, he's known her for since middle school and hasn't got anywhere with that, so that's a pretty big mistake in my opinion. Pretty big mistake. And yeah, in the stinger we got scores actually doing better. That's good. That's good. So yeah, I like the episode quite a bit. It's good stuff. I don't know how long I've been talking about it, but I feel like it's been a while. I don't know, there were just a lot of scenes I wanted to talk about, so it just ended up being a long video. So there you go. Anyways, yeah, I don't wait for the next one. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.